a scale of 1 to 10, where's your anxiety with this team right now? I'd say it's holding at about a 31. Let's go! Why not? The Toronto Maple Leafs! I guess my brand is a yell and scream. I don't script these. Are the Leafs alright? So what you get is from the heart. Welcome to LFR. Leafs lose 4-3 to the Calgary Flames, losing their 6th game out of their last 7 and having the second best goalie in the 7th straight game. Jack Campbell is starting tonight. Hockey night in Canada. Lord knows what the outcome will be, but I have a feeling we're going to be talking about it for quite some time. The goalie! Who on earth is going to be the goalie of this team if they are to do anything? Tell you what, let's talk about the game first, and then we'll answer that question. But it's okay, the Leafs had 4 days off, they had some time to rest and relax and be cool. They're gonna come back regenerated, and they're gonna be just fine! Barely over a minute in, 1-0 Calgary. Matthew Tkachuk turns, fires, it's pretty much a lazy shot, deflection in front, I believe it went off Travis Dermott, and that's it, it's in, the puck is in. What are you supposed to do, man? It was deflected. No, I'm done being nice and you should be too. Knock it off. That's enough. Deflections are going to go in, right? A lot of players make a lot of money because they're extraordinarily good at them. John Tavares is good at them. James Van Riemsdyk was the master. You watch other teams around the league. Joe Pavelski. I mean, who's better than him? But you're thinking about it the wrong way. You're thinking about it like if a goalie can see it, right? He's going to square to it and he's going to be able to stick out a glove or a blocker or something and be able to stop it. But a goalie's positioning, where they are in the nets, will help them stop things by accident even. Because an NHL goalie is going to face shots 25 to 50 times a game. You think they see all of them? No, they don't. Hey, let's bust out a term. Putting yourself in a position to succeed. Or better yet, putting yourself in position. I don't know. This is what we've talked about with Freddie over the past few games. You need a bungee cord, like he's going way too far out of his net. And now on this play, he's overcompensating by being way too deep. He's fighting it so hard right now. Oh, God, nope. We're doing this later. Yes, it's a deflection. I thought he was too deep in his net. Let's move on. This next goal, this was crap. Justin Hall taking a cross-checking penalty on Matthew Tkachuk. The Leafs end up killing that penalty off. No complaint whatsoever about the cross-checking call on Hall. That's cross-checking. Call it. Just a few minutes later, the Calgary Flames find their way into the Leaf zone. It's Andrew Mangiapane carrying it over the blue line, but Justin Hall knocks him down. It's a good play. Mangiapane does his best to fight from the ice, but he's in a battle with Justin Hall, and John Tavares is coming in support. Then Milan Lucic comes in, and he cross-checks Justin Hall on the back. It's not one of those shove-off things. It's a straight-up cross-check. He falls down, and it directly affects possession. That's a penalty. Puck squirts loose. Rasmus Andersson manages to get it, throws it in front for Derek Ryan. One-timer, goal. You're not going to get every penalty call. All you ask is that they be consistent. Justin Hall cross-checks Matthew Tkachuk. It affects possession. He goes to the box and serves his 2 minutes. Justice. Justin Hall gets cross-checked by Milan Lucic. Exact same spot. Nothing happens. Flames get it. Goal. They got jobbed on that goal. Terrible. So the refs missed a call and it's a one-timer, therefore it's not Freddie's fault, right? Well, I'm not a goalie coach, but I don't know. This first frame looks about right. Okay. And as the puck is going to Derek Ryan, Travis Dermott is legitimately covering more of the net than Frederik Andersen is. He doesn't know where the posts are. Look, I get it. Like, you got to give the Flames credit, right? Okay, traffic in front all night. That was the name of the game for them, right? And they get a goal off of that. The 1-0 goal. Traffic in front. Doesn't have to go off you. It can go off them. Deflections are going to happen. They can't all go in the net. This chance from Derek Ryan, to me, that's a one-timer. It's clearly a high-danger chance. You have to be in the net to give yourself a shot. But all right, the Leafs have offensive firepower. They can get back into this game. Simmons is back in the lineup. Galchenyuk, Leafs debut. Let's go. And speaking of, Wayne Simmons stops up at the Flames blue line. He gets the puck, gives it to Spezza. Spezza gives it to Riley. Riley shot. Spezza gets the puck back and scores. And wide open shooter, traffic in front. Engvall doing better at this net front presence role I've noticed over the last few games. He's getting better. There you go. You're within one and the first period strong. Heads held high heading into intermission, right? Austin Matthews breaks the puck out to Mitch Marner. Marner tries to hit Zach Hyman for the zone exit, but he can't corral the puck. Flames work the blue line. It moves to Chris Tanev. Now, Tanev takes like a step in from the blue line, but this is where he shoots from, dude. This is where he shoots from. On this one, you can talk about the traffic in front. Flames had a little bit of traffic in front. Leafs had a little bit of traffic in front. Freddie saw this puck. He sees it. He even gets a piece of it. It goes in anyway. It's not a bomb. It's a simple wrister. That's not good enough. And Sheldon Keefe would have been perfectly justified in pulling this guy had the Leafs not had games on back-to-back nights. Fortunately, just before intermission, Alexander Kerfoot gets it, wires it past Jacob Markstrom. I would have thought Markstrom could have that. I mean, sometimes it can take two to tango in the bad goalie battle. Dermott getting his first assist of the season on this one as well. Wayne Simmons getting his first assist as a Leaf on the first goal. And they at least head to intermission, only down one. But my goodness, you need a save. 3 goals on 7 shots against. I mean, you're not winning the Stanley Cup with that. You're not winning a playoff round, and there's still time to miss the playoffs with goaltending like that, frankly. Let me ask you a question, though, because goaltending seems to be the name of the game here. Alexander Kerfoot with his 5th goal of the season here. Really nice snipe. I love the game this guy has been playing recently. He was 3rd-line center in this game. He's been playing a lot of wing. They keep talking about who the Leafs are going to get at the deadline, and a lot of fans are talking about Kerfoot like he's already off the team. But I admire the way he's played this season, especially maybe outside of like game 15, something like that. He's been playing like a guy who absolutely does not want to be traded. He's been very good. Speaking of very good, I don't know how it's possible for this guy to still be underrated. The season Mitch Marner is having, wow. He's always had elite vision. He's been one of the best playmakers in the league for several years now, but he has never been as good of a goal scorer as he is right now. Works his way through the Calgary zone to find himself some space, snipes it, and look at the celebration, the swagger, his 12th of the season. Mitch Marner, this guy is he's gonna compete for what should be called the non-McDavid Art Ross, the scoring title for guys not named Connor. And now somehow, some way, after giving up 3 goals on 7 shots in the first period, we are less than 4 minutes into the second, and the game's tied 3-3. This is a team that's playing well. It's battling. It's finding a way. Also in the second period, Justin Holl crunching Johnny Gaudreau. I didn't think it was a dirty hit. In fact, there was a lot of controversy in the hit in the Penguins-Bruins game. I think it was Brandon Tanev hitting Jared Tenorti. A lot of people were saying that shouldn't have been a penalty at all. It was just a clean hit that ended horribly. Obviously, Tenorti getting knocked out cold. Johnny Gaudreau was not feeling comfortable after this hit, but he got up. They looked like similar hits to me, just with extraordinarily different outcomes. But then a few minutes later, Justin Holl's got to answer for his actions, and he's fighting Matthew Tkachuk, maybe? And they drop the gloves, and they're about to square off. And then something I don't think I've ever seen before. Oh yeah? All right, let's go. We're going? I suppose we're not going. I misinterpreted what you... Matthew Tkachuk is like skating backwards towards center ice. Justin Holl's like, okay, I guess we're not fighting. It goes to get his gloves. And I feel bad for those guys because like, one of them has a good fight. That's what we're talking about after. We're talking about Matthew Tkachuk won the fight, or Justin Holl won the fight, or whatever. But no, it was just kind of a wrestling match, so we have no choice but to focus on what the hell happened before the fight started. It starts with a tale as old as time, a big hit, followed by sticking up for your teammate, and it ends with one of the most awkward encounters I've seen in recent memory. Unfortunately, it's very quickly overshadowed. Ilya Mikheyev with the holding penalty on Nikita Nesterov. Totally unnecessary. This is a bad penalty from Mickey. Ensuing Flames power play, they win the puck back to the point, give it to Mark Giordano for the one-time bomb from the blue line. It's in the net. The Flames power play takes, by my eyes, less than 3 seconds to score. Freddie is further out of the net on this one. He's into the blue paint. There might have been a deflection off Muzzin's bum. I don't know. And then you know the story from there. Jacob Markstrom gave the Flames some big saves. In the third period, the Leafs had 8 shots. Not really enough, but the Flames had 2. But that's it. Now, is the Leafs team in front of Freddie perfect? No. They've been allowing a lot of odd man rushes recently. Not so much in this game, but the traffic in front has been increasing as well. But like, no Calgary Flames fan even is coming away with the notion that the Flames were the better team in this game. Outshot 18-27. Face-offs basically identical. 3 power plays each. 11 penalty minutes each. Hits basically identical. The blocks, oh my god, the work Calgary had to do in front because the Leafs were better and the giveaways pretty much identical too. If you want to split hairs, the Flames had more. The Leafs had the 3-game series against the Edmonton Oilers, and then by my count, even including the overtime win against the Jets, the Leafs have had the second best goalie for 7 consecutive games. You're not winning anything. You're not winning a thing like that. So let's examine some feelings and let's examine some numbers. Let's start cold. Here are the numbers. From James Myrtle, the Leafs fall to 1-6-0 in their last 7 games. They have the second worst record in the NHL in that span, ahead of only Buffalo, who hasn't even won. The Leafs have a 63% share of scoring chances in those 7 games. Second in the NHL! Their save percentage is .558 oof maroon, which is 29th. Now, part of that is PDO. And it's funny because just before this little slump, we were sort of making fun of PDO, and a lot of people were talking about, well, the Leafs do some things that make them a team with a high save percentage and a high shooting percentage. You can rest assured that if you have 63% of scoring chances, on most nights you should be able to win, and you will have a save percentage higher than .858. But there is nothing mean, there is nothing not entirely factual about saying the goaltending has absolutely, unequivocally, undeniably not been good enough. This team is not perfect. Nobody's claiming they are, and I would like you to point me to the NHL team that is perfect. This team, well, no. They're the best. Are they perfect? No team is perfect. The Leafs are not getting first place, Stanley Cup, series winning, even playoff making goaltending at the moment. They're not. And Frederik Andersen's not dumb. He knows what's going on, and here's what he had to say after the game. It's difficult on a night like tonight when everything's finding a way through traffic. I know personally I didn't lose my ability to play good. It's just a matter of putting it together. Start looking inward and doing my best to help the team. So this is what I'm going to say ahead of Saturday night's game where Jack Campbell is going to get the start. I don't know what's going to happen yet. I don't know if he's going to get a 45 save shutout. I don't know if he's going to get shelled for 7 goals in the first period. I don't know. Here's what I do know. Frederik Andersen's not good enough. He's not good enough right now. We need to find out if he's going to be. Now, he hasn't been good enough for a while now. So we know playing through it is not working. And then someone like me will respond, well, are you going to just give the starting position to Jack Campbell? He's never really been a starter before, and he's just coming off of injury. Well, with the trade deadline on April 12th and the 2-week quarantine, etc., all the talking points that you've heard for months and months now, the Leafs need to know. They need to find out right now what they have in Jack Campbell. And this guy, assuming his health holds up, needs to play, I don't know, 3 of the next 4, 3 of the next 5, 4 of the next 6. The Leafs need to go with Jack Campbell for the next little bit. It's not necessarily taking the net away from Freddie Andersen, although I do think he would benefit from some time off for I don't know what. He clearly looks like he's battling something. Even if he's not, I think he would benefit from the time off. But you need to find out what you have in Jack Campbell, if he can be the starter that you need him to be. You need an answer there, because if you get a yes, that's wonderful. If you get a no, you have no choice but to make a trade. None. Actually, no, you will have a choice. Make a trade or continue to lose. It's that simple. Hey, let me tell you a story. Maybe this will make you feel better. I don't know. You want to hear a story? Once upon a time, there was a goalie, and he was extremely good. And this extremely good goalie had a backup, and the backup would look at him like, gosh, you're such a good goalie. Isn't that wonderful? But then one day, that extremely good goalie wasn't very good anymore, and he had a pretty long stretch of games where he kind of sucked. And the backup found himself the starter because the backup played and he played valiantly, and he was even better than the goaltender that he was once backing up. So then he was the goalie that team took into the playoffs. Then once the playoffs arrived, unfortunately, that backup faltered. So they had to turn to their once proud starter. And all of a sudden, that once proud starter who had been struggling so mightily returned to form and won a series and 2 and 3 pretty much on his own at the end, and then 4, hoisting the Stanley Cup above his head. And the backup got to hoist the thing too. What a wonderful tale. Anyone know who I'm talking about? Take a guess. I think some of you might have figured it out. Braden Holtby and Philip Grubauer, the year the Washington Capitals won the Stanley Cup in 2018. Braden Holtby, who had a long track record of being a wonderful goalie, all of a sudden started playing bad. Philip Grubauer got the net, He got the net leading into the playoffs, wasn't very good. They go back to Holtby. Guess what? He's great. They win the cup. Taking the net away from Frederik Andersen does not mean we're never going to see him again. It doesn't mean he can't get the net back. But right now, the North Division that mysteriously doesn't suck is all of a sudden tight as hell up at the top, and teams who aren't even in a playoff spot right now are within striking distance of first place. So you need wins, and you can't get them without saves. You simply can't. The Leafs need to see what they have in Jack Campbell. If the answer is something, great. If the answer is nothing, they gotta make a move or surrender the season again. That is what it is, what it is. Questions. Realizing now that I've answered a lot of them, but I'll try. Where's the heart, Steve? Where is the heart? On paper, this team should win. On ice, they're an embarrassment. See, this is what losing does. I think it can make a team look like they're not playing with any heart. And while they didn't play a perfect game, I mean, Justin Hall flattened Johnny Gaudreau. Wayne Simmons flattened Mark Giordano. There was a fight. They outshot them by 9 shots. They scored 3 goals and only conceded 18 shots. To me, that's a team that played with heart. But you're not going to win when 1 in every 6 shots goes in the net.
Yeah, I noticed this too while I was editing it. Math is hard, okay?
I don't care if you're the toughest, most determined team in the league. You are not gonna win with that. Why do I always miss when you post asking for questions? I don't know, Quincy, be quicker. You doing okay? Well, often I'll be shooting and editing videos for a long period of time, and then I'll go upstairs and I'll be like, gosh, why is it so hot up here? And then I realize it's not actually hot up there. It's cold in the basement, and I've been there all day. Or like, you mean with the team? I mean, they get a little bit of goaltending. I think they're one of the best teams in the league. So I guess good. This is a big one. The Freddie discussion will flare up the next couple days. Good call, Luke. We asked how the Leafs could afford to keep him once his contract is up. Now the question is, could he even justify a raise once he hits the market? He's been declining for 1.5 seasons now. Right now, I think he's worth $3 million. Yeah, man, that is a tough one. I mean, Jake Markstrom was unbelievable last year. And he got, 6 times 6? And Freddie makes 5, and Bud, no. No thanks. If that's what it's going to take, like, no way. In the awkward conversation going forward, how are the Leafs going to afford this guy or that guy, or who needs to get traded? Freddie is simply going to go, and the Leafs are going to spend less money on goaltending next year and just have to hope that it's better. And right now, it looks like it's going to be because it's terrible. And now we head into the second night of a back-to-back here against Calgary Flames, Hockey Night in Canada. And either Jack Campbell is going to win, and then we're going to talk about it nonstop for the next 4 days, or he's going to lose. And we're going to talk about it nonstop for the next 4 days. All of a sudden, this Hockey Night in Canada game is as must-win as it could be for a team that's currently sitting in first in their division. So for now, that is it for this one. Thank you very much for watching. Click like if you like this video. Click subscribe if you really liked it. Tell all your friends. Get in front of the puck.